RAUSCH Games! Hello, and welcome to the AT&T Center here in San Antonio, Texas. We have a full stacked card here on Raw, 5 great matches for you. Just over 18,500 people here to watch us duke it out in the home of the San Antonio Spurs, the NBA. Leading off, we have our tag team champions, The Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, taking on their number one contenders, the $1 Million Corporation, represented by Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy. And here we are in the early going in that match. Andre the Giant in control, lifting the knee into Roman Reigns as King Kong Bundy holds him from behind. A little trickery there. We have Roman Reigns now throwing Andre around into the turnbuckle here, and we apologize for any skipping motion we have in his finished product this evening. We're having some issues with our camera crew, just like Roman Reigns has some issues running across the ring right there. We are here. This is our second Raw in the month of April 2014, and we have now Andre the Giant trying to get Roman Reigns into the Tree of Woe there, but Reigns out of it and completely misses a flying elbow. Andre taking control of it. Side headlock there applied, twisting the arm around, gives a little bit of a shoulder breaker there to Roman. The Giant now being reversed and thrown into the corner. Reigns across, misses another flying elbow, and there's Andre taking control with a kick and a chop and a punch. And now he's wrapping the arm around. Seth waiting on the outside there as Andre demolishes the arms of Roman Reigns. Intriguing strategy for the big man, but here we go. There's that big-time inverted atomic drop. All of Roman Reigns' weight coming down on one leg, and he wisely leaves the ring to regroup. Andre waiting inside. Now he's going to come out of the ropes after Roman Reigns. They're both outside here. And now Roman in a side headlock. And a huge bear hug applied. That's a bear hug being applied right now to Andre the Giant. I can't believe Roman could lift him up, but there's a huge DDT from Andre the Giant, knocking Roman down on his head. Moving on, Andre now lifts him up, two-handed chokehold there, but Roman reverses and throws Andre back into the ring. And that's going to be an elbow right to the far head of the big man. And now Roman slides up into the ring after him, kick to the back of the head there. And he's going to whip Andre across the ring into his own corner now. Rollins gets out of the way, but then there's the tag applied. We're going to have a little bit of a double team here from the champions, The Shield, as Seth Rollins uses the abdominal stretch to get a good hit in on the ribs. Rollins up top completely misses a flying body splash. And Andre throws Roman Reigns across the ring while Seth is out. Seth goes in for the kill, but now King Kong Bundy is tagged in, and Seth has to break up the double team on his own opponent. We've got everybody in the ring now. King Kong Bundy working on the arm of Seth Rollins, and there's the huge kick to the back of the head, but now Roman and Andre are out. King Kong gets a nice drop kick from Seth Rollins right in the middle of the ring. Seth is looking to take a little bit of momentum back in this match with a Russian leg sweep right there. Andre and Roman looking on from their respective corners. Seth just toying with King Kong Bundy right now, working from behind into another Russian leg sweep. Now, for all intents and purposes, we can expect these two teams to meet up at Extreme Rules. Oh, there's an abdominal stretch applied by Seth Rollins right in the center of the ring. No ropes near King Kong Bundy, but he reverses out into a huge hip toss. This strong man is always going to get that. As I was saying, the titles will most likely be on the line for these two teams at Extreme Rules at the end of this month, so we've got to look forward to that. Rollins with a float-over neckbreaker there, swinging around, knocking Andre off to the apron here. Off of the apron, I should say, to the floor of this packed house. And now back in the ring, we've got King Kong Bundy taking control with a kick to the gut and a side headlock applied. He's now going to throw and rebound Seth Rollins. The big headbutt, the only way King Kong Bundy knows how. There we go with a big club to the head. And now Rollins taking control and punches and kicks Bundy over the ropes and misses a splash. King Kong Bundy down on the floor, rolls out of the way, has the wherewithal to get out, and now he's attacking. Reigns and Andre are just staring at the two, not attacking each other as Rollins pokes King Kong Bundy in the eye and hits a huge spinning heel kick, knocking Andre the Giant down into a float over neck breaker. His partner Roman Reigns just kind of keeping the peace. Seth Rollins kind of getting into a little mosh there, but Andre rolls him back into the ring. Enough of the showboating. Let's get this match on the road. Back in the ring, we've got a full Nelson applied, but Seth Rollins can't even reach all the way around King Kong Bundy's head, and King Kong Bundy easily breaks out of the hold. Coming into some punches, we've got some reversals there, but now Bundy working the arm of Seth Rollins right into a huge chop, knocking him down, kicking his ankles while he's down on the mat, but now Rollins is up working in his own headlock, and another big spinning heel kick, this time knocking the other big guy down, and Roman Reigns is all fired up. Rollins up top, hits the double knee drop right into the gut of King Kong Bundy, and he's over in the corner sizing him up. He's on the ropes. He's ready for it, but King Kong Bundy with the clubs and the punches has Rollins now resting in the corner. Rollins reverses, throwing King Kong Bundy in. And all out of the corner. No way, he has him up for a powerbomb. No way, into the corner. King Kong Bundy lifted by Seth Rollins and thrown into the corner. Unbelievable. And there is the one foot step down. There's that Seth Rollins special. We've got a 2 count, 2 and almost 3, but King Kong Bundy kicks out. We are carrying on in this match now. Working from behind is Bundy, and a headbutt to the back of the neck is Seth Rollins there. Rollins now rolls out of the ring, using the same strategy as Reigns as King Kong Bundy wishes him back in. Rollins now getting all kinds of fired up outside of the ring, and there's Bundy tagging in Andre the Giant, waiting for Seth Rollins, who hits him with a float-over neck breaker. That's going to be the speed versus the gigantism. That's going to be the strategy if this turns into a full-on month-long rivalry. These two young guys and their speed have to overcome the pure power of Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy. Legends of strength and might in this ring. Now there is Seth Rollins working the midsection while Andre is down, whipping him into his team's corner. And now he's going to tag in Roman Reigns. And Rollins has Andre in a headlock. Reigns off the top rope, stepping on the back. Unbelievable. And that's going to help the cause too. And now Reigns, with Andre down, has that inverted headlock, has his knee in the back of Andre the Giant. And Seth Rollins kicking Bundy out of the way when he tries to break up the hold here. Now Rollins with a flurry of punches, but Roman Reigns does let go of Andre the Giant. And there are punches to the face and to the abdomen, and now Andre is down. Reigns is in complete control. King Kong Bundy out of the ring. We have another modified headlock applied, and all Andre has to do is grab the rope to get out of it. King Kong trying to punch, and there's the rope break. He pushes the pile into the ropes, but now Seth Rollins is in with a Russian leg sweep. We've got Bedlam in the ring here, and there's Roman Reigns working the head, but Andre stepping on the knee and slamming him face first into the mat. Now both non-legal competitors are out. Roman Reigns back up with a punch to the jaw, working with a front headlock there, and he's going to whip Andre into the ropes, and they bounce off each other there. But there's Roman Reigns with a huge STO clothesline-ish thing, and he's celebrating with Andre the Giant down, now stomping on him while he's down and defeated. And here is Reigns running into him again, and there's a huge flying clothesline from Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins now knocking King Kong Bundy off the side of the apron there. And Reigns is fired up in the ring. Andre the Giant is staggering toward him. We all know what this is going to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Or do we? Reigns is running around, and there's another flying clothesline to the back. Seth Rollins to the outside. Reigns going up top again, and he completely misses a flying headbutt, aiming apparently for the Achilles tendon of Andre the Giant while he was down. And now Andre working from behind. Little camel clutch lock applied, and he drops down all of his weight on Roman Reigns, who is staggered in the ring. And now there is Andre with a gorilla press, slamming Roman Reigns down. And we've got a hot tag out of nowhere. Andre the Giant rolls over, King Kong Bundy in, uppercuts Roman Reigns to his feet, heading over to Seth Rollins. But Rollins misses, ducks. There's a little bit of a jawbreaker off the rope, and Roman into a fast pin. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. King Kong Bundy kicks out. Close sequence there. And now Roman with a flurry of punches. King Kong Bundy staggered in the turnbuckle area. Roman Reigns with him in a powerbomb, sit-out style. King Kong reverses and sits on the neck of Roman Reigns, runs across the ring, tags in Andre the Giant. We've got Seth Rollins in as well. We've got fresh legs everywhere. Rollins with a crucifix, opts not to go for the pinfall. And now we have Andre and Rollins both on their feet together here. And there is Andre working around with a club to the neck, more of an elbow, if anything, picking up Rollins. But Rollins rakes the eyes of the Giant, and now he's going to whip him, reversing him into his turnbuckle. Working over, Andre reverses out and throws Rollins in. Rollins grabs the leg, spinning heel kick off that reversal. Rollins now going up top. And he hits a frog splash. Both men look hurt, but Rollins is up on his feet again already. He's going for a pin here. We're going to have 1, 2... Oh, King Kong Bundy breaks it up just after 2. Now Rollins twisting the arm of the Giant around. Spinning heel kick knocks him down again. The kicks are going to keep the Giants on their backs, ladies and gentlemen. And now Rollins working that same modified headlock that his partner had. Bundy running over, kicks him, breaks it up. And now Roman Reigns is in to take care of King Kong Bundy. Rollins working kicks and punches on Andre the Giant in one corner. The other two in the other. Huge backdrop there from Roman Reigns. And now Andre the Giant on the offensive with his partner down. Seth fighting back, big time, 1 foot drop kick right to the chin of Andre the Giant. And there's one more fired up little mosh taunt from Seth Rollins. And he's backing off across the ring. And now the Giant on his way. There's a kick to the gut. And Seth Rollins works around from behind. And a huge wraparound clothesline there. Rollins running across the ring. He's just kind of sizing up his opponent. He looks like he's trying to take a breather. And now, wait, there he is. Now he's all kinds of fired up. The super kick right to the stunned opponent on his knees. No way he's getting up from that. Rollins again moshing with the air. Reigns knocks Bundy off the apron. And there's the Skywalker from Seth Rollins. Andre the Giant is down on his back. He looks dead, ladies and gentlemen. Bundy on the apron. 1, 2, 3. Bundy doesn't even try to get in the ring there. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, the Shield win, your tag team champions. They get their first victory here in our 2K14 universe mode. And over the 3 matches we've had with members of Money Inc., I should say, the $1 Million Corporation, they haven't looked all that impressive. Yes, Andre the Giant beat Alberto Del Rio in a submission match on SmackDown. But Goldberg immediately afterward beat the living crap out of Ted DiBiase, their stable's leader. And now if these two are going to be challenging for the tag team titles at Extreme Rules as well, it looks like the Shield got a very impressive win right off the bat. They're making a case to keep the gold around their own waists here on our second edition of Raw in this year's Universe mode. But I'm sure we have not seen the last of this feud before the end of this month at Extreme Rules. A pay-per-view that's probably going to see some bloodshed. Frankly, in a hardcore match, I don't care if it's speedy tag team or not, these two big guys probably have a little bit of an advantage when their strength is applied to weapons and foreign objects. We'll be right back. And here we go, our second match of the evening here from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. And we have another crazy tag team match. We've got the team of Mick Foley and The Undertaker taking on Batista and Brock Lesnar. Just let that sit in. All the history here. I can't even get into it. But right now, this tag team match is live. And we've got Batista in the ring, manhandling Mick Foley, almost saying mankind there after manhandling, with 2 huge clotheslines. Foley flipping over on his back already. Undertaker swinging at nobody from the outside. There's a big-time back suplex from Batista to Mick Foley there. And Batista just completely working over the hardcore legend, Mick Foley, opting for his blue flannel tonight. We've got Lesnar waiting on the outside. We just saw the Shield defeat $1 Million Corporation here, and now we've just got a randomly assembled tag team match here. None of these guys are technically allies or anything, and frankly, the only one we've seen so far this season in our Universe mode is Brock Lesnar, who didn't have a huge impact last week when he showed up at Raw. He had to actually buy a front row ticket during the Eddie Guerrero-Ric Flair match, but he did attack Guerrero over the ring barrier, if that makes any sense to anybody out there. So we had the last time we actually saw Michael Cole, we saw him being attacked by, there's a big-time clothesline from The Undertaker knocking Lesnar off the apron to the outside. But the last time we saw Michael Cole was actually on Superstars after he was knocked unconscious by Brock Lesnar. For those wondering about his condition, it has been labeled as a mild concussion. He will be back to announcing and interviewing duty as soon as humanly possible. But now back in the ring, there's another big-time clothesline from Batista to Mick Foley. Undertaker trying to reach into Batista, but Batista just laying in with the fist right now. He's trying to knock Foley out of this match completely. Undertaker is now in the ring in clear violation of the match rules, but he's got Batista locked into a suplex. He's going to hold him up top for a few seconds and drop him right on his back. True Undertaker style there. Now he's backing out of the ring before the ref says anything bad about it, and Foley working from behind. There's an inverted atomic drop, not dropping him down on both of his legs there. All the momentum absorbed in the knees and the shins. Not a fun little maneuver. Now Foley taking control after help from his partner, Undertaker there. And Batista is going to whip Foley over into the turnbuckle. Now Batista trying to get in there, but Foley reverses around with a huge clothesline of his own, knocking Batista down on his back. Huge elbow into the chest there as well. Foley in control. Undertaker entering and exiting as he pleases. And now Foley over in his corner looking for a tag, and he's got it. And the dead man is in. Batista, run. They are collar and elbow towards the center of the ring there. Undertaker comes out on top into a side headlock. Knee lift into the chest of Batista, turning the arm around there. And now he's going to whip him across the ring into his corner. Heading over. Tags in Foley, and we're going to have a little bit of a double team here. They bounce Batista off the ropes into a double back body drop. Batista flying up into the air. Unbelievable. Landing on his back. And Undertaker knocks Lesnar off the apron one more time. Foley in the ring, working over the arm of Batista. Batista reversing out. Undertaker on the outside against Lesnar. Lesnar just with a judo takedown, if anything there. Now Undertaker out punching right here in front of the announcer table. And Batista going for a pin inside. We've got just a one count as Lesnar drops Undertaker right into the steel stairs at ringside. Both men not caring at all about the match. Batista, big drop on Foley there, right on his back. Undertaker misses a lariat, rolls across the ring, and the ref tells him to get the heck out. And now Batista locked in with that Cobra Clutch. And Undertaker kicks him out into a rope break there, stalking Lesnar off the apron now. And Batista still in control in the ring, dragging Foley toward the center. This might set up a pinfall, but Foley's on his feet. Undertaker missing a grapple completely, and Foley reverses around into an arm lock and a belly-to-belly suplex, knocking down Batista, the animal. And missing an elbow drop as Mick Foley. Batista still on his feet in the ring. Foley now working from behind. Headbutt to the back of the neck. Running to his corner, and we're going to see The Undertaker in one more time. Batista just can't get out of this match. And a big running DDT from The Undertaker. That's how he brings himself in this time. Stomping right on the head of Batista. These two have fought in so many matches. It can't even be described, the hatred on display here. But you want to talk about the history here. June 1998, Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell. I mean, come on. But now Undertaker, old school, on the top rope, slamming down into the back of the shoulder of Batista, dragging him to the center of the ring as Mick Foley kind of stalks across, and he works his way into the ring now. And he completely misses a drop kick to Lesnar, but Lesnar sells it and falls into the corner. And there's a big-time one-handed bulldog from Foley, who's now getting thrown out by the ref. Lesnar face down in the ring. Undertaker in complete troll as it regards the legal partners in this match right now. Foley and Lesnar brawling out here at ringside. Undertaker with a pin, but it's caught in a rope, and he lets Batista up. Foley taking care of Brock Lesnar real quick there. And there's a huge clothesline from Batista to The Undertaker. And another big one flips him over completely, just like the way he opened the match against Foley. Batista in control inside. Foley working over Lesnar with his back to his partner, losing right now. We've got a series of punches from Foley. We've got a series of punches from Batista. And now Foley is in a torture rack on the outside. Lesnar has to drop him. He gets a bit too heavy. There's 287 pounds. Can't stay up forever. Now Undertaker in control inside. Foley with a back suplex knocking Lesnar out. We're going to have a powerbomb. No, it's going to be a last ride from The Undertaker to Batista. There it is. He's stretched up. Last ride. Down on his back in the center of the ring. Undertaker dragging him across. Brock Lesnar and Foley, they're frozen in a hold, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 1, 2, 3. The Undertaker and Mick Foley win. Mick Foley and Brock Lesnar are caught in a hug forever. And Batista is dead in the middle of the ring after a last ride from The Undertaker. Good teamwork, good confusion. There's that big-time back body drop from Foley and The Undertaker. And while I don't know if this match is actually going to go anywhere in terms of alliances and tag teams, I think I can speak on behalf of the rest of the WWE Universe when I say Mick Foley and The Undertaker is a regularly occurring team. That's something I pay money for every week. And after this performance here against two of just the absolute baddest men this company has ever seen, they look pretty good together with their chemistry. There's Batista getting visited by the referee. Brock Lesnar is presumably still frozen by the announcer's table. Somehow Mick Foley got out of that ice cage, whatever the heck was going on there. And now these two are going to leave. We're going to come back for match number 3 in a second. We'll come. And we are here for our third match of the evening. Rey Mysterio taking on Ric Flair. Singles action here. And Rey Mysterio right out of the gate. Little twisting takedown there out of a suplex hold. Now we saw Ric Flair for the first time last week here in our Universe mode taking on Eddie Guerrero in a one-on-one match. Didn't fare too well for him, even with the outside interference of Brock Lesnar, as we just mentioned, who purchased a ringside ticket only to knock Eddie Guerrero out early on. But Guerrero came back, beat Flair, fair and square. Nice rhyme sequence there. And there. And then all the speculation came out. We saw Brock Lesnar attacking Michael Cole backstage when asked about it. Many people in the WWE Online universe think that Ric Flair, with all of his money and charismatic ways, paid off Brock Lesnar to try to get a win in his first match here. Didn't work out too well. You got to think Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat, the man who taught us all how to lie, cheat, and steal, is going to be able to see right through that and fight his way right through that. So either way, Ric Flair ends up with a loss last week, and now he's taking on Rey Mysterio, fighting in his first match in this 2K14 calendar year here in the second week of April. And Mysterio is in complete control here over Ric Flair, one of the greatest superstars ever. Now, Flair, though, choking out Mysterio on the mat. Might have been trying to lift the mask off there. We're not quite sure, but that's definitely in his repertoire. Now, working from behind, there is a little bit of a Cobra Clutch locked in. He's got the chin held up high. He's got the legs separated. But he drops him down to the floor there, the mat. And now Flair misses a chop, but hits a sequence of punches. Mysterio is now in his control, but reverses out with an arm wrench. And now Flair up with a reversal, a punch to the chin into a huge running DDT. Mysterio now down. He's dazed, wearing that bright blue outfit that I hope to God he never wears again. There is Flair being whipped across the ring by Mysterio, who misses a kick to the gut, but now works in, and we've got a little bit of a vintage Mysterio sequence. Got him ducking under, and the springboard crossbody into the momentum-assisted Bulldog right there. That is definitely Rey Mysterio at his finest. He rolls over for a pin here. Just that one count, and Flair immediately kicks out. They bounce off each other here. Flair gets him with a running punch to the jaw, and Mysterio sells it in the wrong direction. And now Flair with that inverted one-legged atomic drop, all the weight on that one knee. We've seen this from a lot of the older superstars. It's a classic move. And now Flair trying to lock in the figure four. He's got it locked in. Mysterio can't quite reach the ropes from where he is. He's got to get out of this. This is how Flair ends all of his matches. But Flair can't keep the legs locked, and Mysterio wriggles out. Moving ahead, Rey Mysterio into a Russian leg sweep, looking to gain control here again. Yell it out to the crowd. And there is a Hurricane Rana, and Flair falls into the corner, but immediately gets out of the ring. Good awareness there. And a running DDT, knocking Mysterio's head right to the floor of the arena here at the AT&T Center. And there is Flair with the chop into two punches. Mysterio reversing, though. Oh, and there's a huge back body drop. Mysterio just flying through the air. Flair trying to strut his stuff outside here. We get a little woo call from the legend. And now we've got a surfboard stretch being applied. Submissions won't apply out here, but it's good to work over your opponent anyway. And there is Flair doing just that. The ref is counting inside the ring, but Mysterio reverses his way out, charges at Flair, but then slides up into the ring. Flair right after him. They bounce off each other one more time. And there's Mysterio with another Hurricane Rana. Flair falls across the ring and again escapes. Good awareness from the Playboy. And we have another one-legged inverted atomic drop from Ric Flair, and he's yelling to the crowd. He's ready for something here, slapping his chest. And Mysterio is up and just staggered in the ring, but he reverses and whips him into the corner. Now Mysterio, off the top rope, backflip, crossbody. Somebody's phone is ringing. And now Mysterio has him in a side headlock, and he's going to get another Hurricane Rana, and now Flair is tied up on the second rope. This is going to be it. 619! 619 for Rey Mysterio. Flair is down, and there's the big-time flying splash from Mysterio. Here's the pin. We've got 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio beats Ric Flair, and honest to goodness, after 2 weeks doing this universe mode this year, 2K14, I never would have told you that Ric Flair would be 0-2, 0 wins and 2 losses. But the Nature Boy, the legend here, the Playboy, all his wheeling and dealing, all his styling and profiling, it's not getting him any wins so far. Whether or not he paid Brock Lesnar last week, whether or not he tried to knock Rey Mysterio out on the floor of the arena here a few moments ago, it doesn't matter, because Rey Mysterio comes out the better wrestler, just like Eddie Guerrero did last week. I see a theme here, and if Ric Flair doesn't work on it, he's going to be a big-time jobber here in this universe mode this year. Let's keep an eye on him, and let's keep an eye on Rey Mysterio looking for another win next time. We will be right back. And we have our 4th match of the evening underway here, ladies and gentlemen, in San Antonio on Raw. We have Antonio Cesaro taking on JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield. This should be a really good match. I like the way their two styles kind of complement each other. And we did see both of them last week on our first episode of Raw. There's a nice big inverted bag suplex from Cesaro to JBL. Cesaro opened up the show last week in a losing effort to Seth Rollins, one half of the tag team champions, The Shield, who we saw earlier defeating the $1 Million Corporation. JBL, you'll remember, shockingly, but at the same time, very convincingly, just jobbed out Hulk Hogan. Beat him in no time flat. I mean, no time whatsoever. Kind of unbelievable to see, but you gotta remember that JBL, all his, perfect haircut and suits and stock trading. He's a really friggin' strong dude, so he took out Hulkamania last week. He's looking to take out another pretty strong dude in Cesaro here, who's looking to get a win for the first time in, this season's Universe mode. Now, into the match itself, getting out of the immediate past. Both guys are out of the ring. JBL completely misses a big boot. Cesaro out of the ring. JBL in the ring. Little Three Stooges routine, and Cesaro falls off the apron there. And now JBL to the outside. Huge double axe handle from JBL. Almost a double clothesline there. That makes no sense. But Cesaro immediately on his feet. There's a German suplex. These two on the outside. The ref counting inside. And now Cesaro is going to whip JBL back inside and slide up after it. JBL pushing him off. Working from behind now. And Cesaro wrenches the arm around. And it's a big-time belly-to-belly suplex. This is the style of Antonio Cesaro, that Swiss-born superstar. Part of the real Americans. Oh, but there's a big running DDT to JBL. From JBL, I should say. Sorry about that. And now he's working a surfboard stretch from behind. We are not near the ropes, but he loses his grip and the match goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is JBL working with punches and a big kick to the gut there. He's got the arm through. We've got a little bit of a pump handle slam. There it is. Cesaro down on his back in the corner. JBL gives the two-horn salute, the long horns. And now he's going to whip Cesaro across the ring to the turnbuckle and presumably talk about English Premier League soccer with him. And there is Cesaro working on the chest now. He's got a knee right in the face of JBL in the corner. JBL reversing out, though, with his own push, and now he's got a collar and elbow, a feat of strength here. JBL, the victor, whips the arm around and now throws Cesaro across the ring into the other turnbuckle. There's a huge clothesline from him, knocking Cesaro down on his back. JBL rolls him over onto his belly, and we're going to have a little bit of a Cobra / camel clutch. Camel. I've been saying Cobra all day. Camel clutch applied there. Sorry about that. And now Cesaro wrenching the arm around, but JBL knows all about it, kicks him in the gut. Cesaro throws him down, though, and there's a big knee stomp right to the chest of JBL. JBL a punch to the chest, and a big-time running DDT again. Momentum, the key to this match right now. JBL stalking him, and that's another surfboard stretch. JBL going for a submission win of all things. That's not typical. We don't see that very often. But Cesaro works his way out one more time. JBL with a kick to the gut there. And now working him around, that's that stretched out arm neck breaker. And JBL, he's signaling for it. He's warming the hand up. He's across the ring. And this is going to be it. The clothesline from hell. Antonio Cesaro is out in the center of the ring. Here's the pin. 1, 2, 3. John Bradshaw Layfield wins over Antonio Cesaro. And just like that, Cesaro and Ric Flair are both jobbers. Who saw that coming? I mean, Cesaro. You want to talk about the way WWE treats people. But there we go. JBL gets his second win here in this Universe mode. He is on fire on Raw. I don't know if anybody's going to stop him. We have to see. If Hulk Hogan can't beat him, I pretty much know Antonio Cesaro's not. But who else do we have? Who else can we feed to JBL here to appease his hunger for putting down superstars? And he's celebrating in the ring. Cesaro on his back. JBL leaves with his music playing. But wait, here's Kofi Kingston. He was on SmackDown in a losing effort to Edge, and he's kicking the crap out of Antonio Cesaro right now. JBL runs back in the ring, and he's going to deck him. We've got JBL on Kofi Kingston now, and he clotheslines him out of the ring. Unbelievable. Saving Cesaro? What? I don't know what's happening here. I honestly have no idea what's happening. And here we are, guys. It is main event time here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. We've got John Cena, the WWE Champion, taking on his #1 contender and confirmed opponent for the title at Extreme Rules, Dolph Ziggler. They talked a little bit of trash on each other on Superstars this week. Cena convinced that Ziggler doesn't train hard enough to be a champion. Ziggler convinced that he's worked harder than anybody in the company to get up here. The fans are clearly behind John Cena, who apparently thinks not enough of Dolph Ziggler to even take his shirt off for this match. But here we are underway. There's a big belly-to-belly from Cena to Ziggler, and he's going to lock in a submission right off the bat here. Ref is down to check on it there, down on one knee. Ziggler manages to wriggle his way out, and Ziggler wants a win here against the champ more than anything. You remember last week on Raw, Cena lost a non-title match to Yokozuna, and at the end of that, Ziggler came out, did the Freddie Mitchell, Aaron Rodgers, this is my championship motion there, got in Cena's head off the bat and set up a great rivalry, a great one that's going to lead us right into Extreme Rules. Cena, though, in this match, despite all of Ziggler's fire, is in complete control. He's been working from the beginning here, but now Ziggler with a big-time back suplex, his amateur wrestling style. He's got to use that against Cena. He's got to match Cena's pace. Cena is quick and strong, and Ziggler's only hope is to be quicker and stronger. And with a pump handle gutbuster there, that's a pretty good start. Now down, he's got a headlock applied, and he's going to go for it. That is the Dolph Ziggler headstand headlock. He's got it locked in, gets down, showing off to the crowd. That's what the show-off does. And now Cena's stumbling up, reverses, and there's a big-time Luthez press from John Cena. We've seen this one before, definitely. Wearing his bright red tomato-colored shirt, telling Cena he can't see anything right now. And there's a big-time flying clothesline from Cena from across the ring into an elbow drop, taking complete control of Dolph Ziggler here. And now Cena from up top, there's a huge leg drop, dropping the thigh right across the chest of Dolph Ziggler, knocking the wind out of him. Unbelievable maneuver there, throwing Ziggler into the corner, and there's a shoulder to the chest. And now he picks him up by both feet and slams him down. Unbelievable. Cena now stomping but missing. And there's another Luthez press. We are right in the center of the ring, guys. Ziggler is down. Cena is stalking, and now he's crouched. Ziggler stumbling up. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. That's going to be it. The attitude adjustment. He's got him up on his shoulders. And tosses him over. AA. Big time fireman's carry there. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 2, 2.5. The match goes on. Ziggler working from behind Cena. Cena reversing into a snapmare there. And he's got Ziggler up into a surfboard, but Ziggler had the ropes on his right toe. And now Cena working from behind. And there's a back suplex of his own. Amateur wrestling versus amateur wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. We've got an elbow drop right across the jaw of Dolph Ziggler. And now Cena working from behind one more time here. And a big belly-to-back suplex. All strength, all wrenching. He's going to herniate a disc if he's not careful. But there's Ziggler with a huge power slam. He's now in control. He's got the momentum. Cena reverses. Ziggler into the corner. And another shoulder thrust into the abdomen there. And he's got him by the heels again and slamming him down. The entire backside of his body down. And you can't see John Cena. Please, Dolph. Please take this title. There's our Boston Crab locked in, and Ziggler is trying to get to the corner. He gets both ropes there. The hold is broken up. And now Ziggler thrown across the ring. Cena in pursuit misses the shoulder tackle this time. And there's a knee to the face, but Ziggler misses that as well. Oh, but there is a little bit of a jawbreaker from Dolph Ziggler. He's getting back into this. He's working from behind after twisting the arm. And we've got a twisting back suplex now, straight onto the shoulder blades of John Cena. But Cena reverses out. And they bounce off each other. And Cena with a huge hip toss. He's going to take control here. He stomps on Ziggler. And he's crouched again. And Ziggler, just stay down. He can't do this when you're down. But Ziggler's up. And he's on Cena's shoulders now. And Cena one more time. Yay! Attitude adjustment. Ziggler is dead toward the top of the ring. 1, 2, 3. John Cena, your champion, wins in a non-title match here, setting the rivalry even stronger for Extreme Rules, proving, if not forever, for now, that he is the deserved champion and that Ziggler is just an upstart who's got to get in the gym and work some more. An unbelievably quick match from the champion. You got to think Ziggler is pretty upset about the result here. And we see the replay. Here's that final AA. Ziggler just limp already heading into it. And there it is. Cena just puts the nail in the coffin. The champion walks out prouder than he did last week after the loss to Yokozuna. And now the two are going to be arguing in the ring here. They've been given mics. Cena is completely calling out Dolph Ziggler's training regimen. Ziggler is calling Cena essentially just a phony who's all talk and got nothing else. And they're going at it. We could have a second match here if someone doesn't intervene in this, guys. But wait, up on the ramp, that's Mr. McMahon. He's in his Thanksgiving finest. He says, gobble, gobble. And apparently that's going to be the end of this argument. Well, like he says, ladies and gentlemen, from Raw here, we're going to say Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Hanukkah. And for those of you that are neither American nor Jewish, Happy Thursday. Bye-bye.